They told me that by the age of 40, you're going to be completely blind. My fear was they would take my daughter away from me. I just thought, who's going to let a parent look after a child when they can't see?
Welcome to Power Women. This series is all about getting to know the women who lead with strength, passion, and a whole lot of heart. In each episode, we sit down for an open, honest chat to hear their stories, what shaped them, what moves them, and who they really are behind the scenes, all over a cup of tea. She's walked the runway at London Fashion Week. She's a radio presenter, and she's the first blind person to lead a cooking segment on This Morning. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down for tea with Claire Sisk. Claire, so good to see you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
To anyone who's watching who doesn't know your full story, can we talk about your journey with sight loss and how we've arrived at this point today?
So in 2009, at the age of 29, I had 2 strokes, and it was after the second stroke. They told me that by the age of 40, you're going to be completely blind. On the 1st of November 2017, I woke up and I was like, I can't see. I've just got this little pocket of vision. It's like, it's all right, you're tired, you haven't slept, go back to sleep. The clarity in my vision then was a lot better than what it is now. So I could, if I had my phone right up to my face, I could see the numbers. And I phoned my ophthalmologist and she saw me on that day and registered me blind there and then.
Oh my gosh.
I still struggle to believe that that was said to me. I mean, I'm well over 40 now and I've got 4% vision. I can see lights and shadow and I'm holding on to that.
How have you kept your mind so positive and strong? And are we only seeing one side, or how does it play out for you?
I like to think I'm a really real person, and when I'm online, what you see is what you get. I don't do my hair and makeup every day. I show the bad days. I have a stutter when I get tired and when I'm unwell, and I'll go on and talk with my stutter. But I feel like my resilience comes from when they told me that I was starting to lose my eyesight. My daughter was 9 at the time and I was a single parent, and I practiced being blind, which sounds really insane, but it gave me skills that I use today by doing that. I would wear a blindfold and chop vegetables and listen to the sound that chicken would make when cooking, because my fear was they would take my daughter away from me. I just thought, who's going to let a parent look after a child when they can't see? And she's my entire world. And I wanted to show her that really, no matter what life throws at you, you just kind of face it head on and you just go for it. I just wanted her to look at me and think, oh, if mum can get through that, then I can get through pretty much anything. And that's kind of what kept me going and got me out of bed in the morning.
What do you therefore think is kind of the meaningful, authentic purpose of life?
We all take a lot for granted. It takes for someone that we love or ourselves to be unwell. I was living, but I wasn't living life to the fullest. And then when they said, you know, you're going to be losing your sight, it was like, well, I want to see the Grand Canyon. I want to do this. I want to do that. For me, on my bad days, I've got some incredible memories that I've made, even with my sight loss, that I look back on and I think, would I have done that if I wasn't in this situation? Probably not. So I'm glad that I've got those. And it's funny, a video came up on social media the other day of Take That. When they did their Beautiful World Tour, I went 16 times. And as soon as that music started playing, the whole thing was playing out in my head. And I couldn't see it on the screen, but I could see it in my mind. And I texted my best friend and I was like, I know you hated me for dragging you at the time, but I'm sat here crying with happiness that I can still visualise that. And we had those memories together.
Yeah. How do you do your makeup and hair?
Makeup was always a huge part of who I was. I loved it and I thought, I'm not losing that part of me. When I was losing my sight, I would close my eyes to practice doing my makeup.
I mean, that is a huge lesson for your daughter.
And weirdly enough, she doesn't really wear much makeup, but she always always says to me, your makeup looks amazing, Mum. We've always been close and the bestest of friends. If anything, it brought us closer together. She sacrificed a lot for me. Her weekends, when she should have been hanging out with friends, she'd come food shopping with me because I couldn't read the labels and we didn't have online delivery back then, and help me carry it all home on the bus. But everything we did, she still says to me to this day, you know, some of those times were the best times of my life because it was just being with you. I do. I get so emotional when I talk about her. There was one time we were crossing the road and we'd just walked past all our friends and she grabbed my hand and I said, you don't need to hold my hand, darling. She was 13 at this point. She's like, no, you're my mum and I want to make sure you're safe. And I just thought, you are a beautiful human, but we just have this wonderful, wonderful relationship. She's just my best friend. She's amazing.
Jesus. Let's talk about style, fashion. I imagine getting dressed in shoes and clothes is a different experience now. And how have you transferred old skills into new skills for like getting dressed in your style?
I can't see my reflection in a mirror. I couldn't stand there and say, oh yeah, I look really good in this. So for me to know I look good in something, I have to feel good in what I'm wearing. So textures and fabrics and the design is even more important than it has ever been to me. I'm super sensitive to things rubbing on my skin and the way they feel. So I'm really mindful now when I go shopping for outfits.
Tell us a little bit about why you love Karen Millen. Your outfit today is so chic and elegant. How do you feel in the clothes?
With fashion, it's a way of expressing your personality. I never used to wear bright colours and now I'll wear any colour because one, I'm like, oh, I might be able to see that. But two, I'm like, I'm a happy person and I want that to reflect in what I'm wearing. But fabric is so important. Like I think that's what I love about Karen Millen is the quality. Like I can literally buy anything and I know I'm getting good quality.
And also, as you say, like the fit, the quality, it does make a difference because every time you put it on, you just feel like that version of yourself.
Good, yeah, you feel really good and confident and it can just change your mood. Like, it sounds crazy that an item of clothing can impact your mindset, but for me, it really, really does.
What is something you wish people would understand when navigating being with people with a disability? Like, what's something that you feel like, oh, why does everyone not know this?
I think we're still in a very stereotypical mindset that, you know, if I say to somebody I'm blind, they straight away think you can't see anything. Every disability has this huge spectrum and what one person can do doesn't mean that another person can also do that. Even if they've got the exact same condition, it is very different. We've all got different capabilities. I've been accused of faking being blind because I'm stood using a mobile phone. And it's, oh, well, I know someone who's blind and they don't blink. So because you're blinking, you're not blind. And it's that is the hardest part. It's the people.
Well, you're obviously now kind of an advocate. You are an ambassador for the Royal
National Institute of Blind.
And how did that come about?
Just by me posting my content online. I like to think I'm really funny.
You're hilarious.
I feel like I do it in a very light-hearted and humorous way. I don't want to come across as preachy, and they're bringing it into the current times, and more people are paying attention and learning from it.
Claire, wow, thank you so much. You are the epitome of a power woman and powerhouse. Thank you for chatting with us today. Cheers, thanks.
Cheers.
What sweets are we getting? We're getting Sony's piece.
Oh, my God. Bananas and strawberries. Oh, yes.